Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Outcomes Rocket, recorded live here from DeviceTalks in Boston. The event has been incredible, and the thing that makes it incredible is the people that we get to talk to. And right now, I'm sitting next to Danny Chu. He is the VP of High Tech at Globant, just a phenomenal person, and had a great time with him and his team at Fenway Park yesterday. And we said, we got to get the work that you guys do out to the world. So, Dave, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Saul. Great to be here. I appreciate the invitation to speak about what we've seen over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and so I want to dig into that. Before we do, help us learn a little bit more about you and a little bit more about the company.
Yeah, number one, I had to travel to get here, but it's a city that I really love to travel to.
Coast to coast, right? You're
coast
from
to
Washington.
coast.
Same here. I'm from San Diego. So.
Oh, excellent. So
Yeah.
it's not a short flight.
Did you find a direct?
I did.
That's good.
I did. It consumes the whole day.
The whole day.
For sure, Saul.
The whole day.
But yeah, I live in Seattle at a place called Whidbey Island, which is a quite rural place.
Is it an
I
island?
enjoy it. It is an island.
Wow.
We live in the island county, and we live right across from where Boeing makes all the airplanes. So we see a lot of airplanes coming in
Okay.
to Seattle.
That's cool. What is an unknown fact about Whidbey Island?
Yeah, one of the reasons that drew us to Seattle was the orcas. And
You see a lot of them?
whales. We do.
Yeah.
So from my house, we actually see whales and orcas.
Wow.
And it's a 15-minute drive, so pretty
That's
nice.
beautiful. That's
It is.
beautiful.
It is.
That cold water, they like that cold water.
They do. It's 55 degrees
Yeah.
for a high.
Yeah. So you need a wetsuit
You do.
to get in there.
Actually, a dry suit. I've learned that a dry suit keeps you warmer than a wetsuit. So for those of you who know,
There you go. And San Diego's the same. Like, we get our water's super cold. Well, listen, talk to us about Globant. What are you guys up to? What is it?
this is the first time that we've come to the Robotics Summit and Medical Device Show. Globant, we're roughly 30,000 employees, and I'm the VP of High Tech. One of the reasons why I joined Globant is the way we look at things when it comes to topics like AI and robotics. We're creating a new go-to-market approach. So I'm glad to join the company and lead our high-tech team.
That's fascinating. What did you do before?
I worked for several software companies prior to joining Globant. I worked for OpenText. I worked for SAP in the past.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of different systems integrators. And one thing that I noticed about Globant, and our CEO has said it, we're making a huge bet on AI. I think it's going to change the way we service our customers, but more importantly, how customers are going to consume technology. I think it's one of those inflection points in our lives, quite frankly.
I'm excited to dig into this a little bit more. If we can, just for a moment.
Yep.
We're at DeviceTalks and Robotics Summit.
Right.
What's a shift that you have seen in the medtech space?
Yeah, I think a story that comes to mind, Saul, is what my niece is going through.
Okay.
She's a graduate of Vanderbilt and Duke University.
Great schools.
Very bright individual, by the way. Annie, if you're listening to this.
Shout out to you, Annie.
And what she's doing,
Got a proud uncle over here.
I am. Proud father as well of 3 kids.
That's
But
awesome.
more importantly, she has shifted her career from being an OBGYN to one focused on MIGS, which is minimally invasive surgery for OBGYN surgery.
Oh.
And that's one thing that I've noticed here is that people are really looking at how technology is going to change their day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
And it's going to influence how we actually deliver healthcare, right?
I love that. And we all want a better experience. And healthcare, let's be honest, for the consumer is not the best experience.
Yes.
So if you could deliver care that happens in a minimally invasive way, smaller surgery. Heck, I think there was even a talk about incisionless surgeries. I don't know what that's about. That's extreme.
Right.
These things are changing. And so I love your perspective on that. And your niece is going through it, and your kids, when they become doctors eventually, if they want to.
Engineers mostly.
Engineers, oh, they're going to follow your footsteps?
I think so.
Yeah? All right.
I think so.
So those are the changes we're seeing here. And interestingly enough, DeviceTalks and robotics here at the same place. So what's, from your perspective, like the company, where are you guys headed in the second half of the year and beyond? What are you seeing?
Number one, a huge focus on things that in the traditional technology world, we call change management, right? I just met with a company here on the trade show floor, and they acquired another company. So as a sales leader, one of the questions I always ask is, what's the impact to humans, right? To the people? How are the different companies going to meld two different cultures? Not just the technology, right? But what were the two companies really good at? But more importantly, what investments have they already made that they're going to retain?
Yeah.
And here at Globant, that's what we do, right? We assess companies. As a salesperson, that's really my goal, is to assess where they are in their journey and where we, as a partner, a systems integrator, the one that's taking the latest and greatest technologies like AI and AI tools, how do we actually deliver better outcomes? So whether it's healthcare or a warehouse, right? People are looking for business outcomes and solutions, and quite frankly, how it's going to impact them personally. So I go back to change management is something that in the IT business, we've understood how to deliver solutions in that environment. But I think with things like AI and robotics, people are saying, how is it going to affect me personally?
Yeah.
What's my day-to-day life going to be? And I think people are worried right now. There's a lot of maybe well-founded reasons to be concerned, but people are really looking for, well, what's my path? And that's a very personal statement, right? And everybody has to think about that on their own, but we're here to help.
Totally. And is a lot of what you guys do about getting more ROI about what you currently have, reducing redundancies? There's this whole archive and decommission space too. Where do you guys play? Is that all of that? All the above?
Yeah, I think the word consulting is an interesting word because, first of all, I think the perception is you're the expert in this one area. But I really think it comes down to human experience, right?
Yeah.
And what are the outcomes that a company, which is really a collection of people, what are we trying to achieve? And so if we can answer those things, quantify it, and build a business case, I do believe we can make an impact both on the top line and the bottom line.
That's great.
It's about revenue growth and cost takeout.
Absolutely.
That's what our customers are looking for.
That's great. Seems like it's useful work that you guys do. And in today's world, with all the changing technologies, there's this rubberneck syndrome and pilotitis.
Yes.
Where you want to buy and then you end up with this stack of things you don't need. So certainly very useful work. As you think about roadblocks that you've run into or that your customers have run into, what rises to the top as one that you want to surface?
Yeah, probably the thing that I mentioned earlier, which is change management. I think the other thing that I've heard here at the show is a real concern about human safety, right? So we see a lot of fabulous robots out there. A lot of our customers and partners, like you said, are piloting. But the question is, how are they going to scale that to the rest of their business? Not when there's 3 robots, but when they're in a warehouse. And the questions that come to mind, human performance, safety, and then how do we model that from an AI perspective, even before you scale to 300 robots? I'll quote one of my colleagues. He was talking about what are the edge cases around human safety. In a hospital environment, you want to make sure that you've predicted what's going to happen and model that before you actually roll out any kind of automation or any kind of AI tool even. So I think it's really human orchestration tied to technology. And I think you have to take a human perspective to how you deploy solutions and technology.
That's pretty cool, man. I like the approach. It's a people-first approach.
It is.
And I find that whenever I have conversations with leaders that have been there and done that many times, like yourself, it's less about the tech and more about the people, even though it is about the tech, but you focus on the people because in the end, that's who drives the business.
Absolutely. And personally, I've enjoyed the show because why are we here? We're here to build human connections.
Exactly.
The topic is AI and robotics. But I think starting with that human connection first and really what brings us together versus what sets us apart. And then when we have commonality and alignment and goals that we jointly agree to, I think that's when the magic happens.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yep.
If you could go back and give advice to your 20-year-old self, what would you tell him?
I do have a 22-year-old son that's about to graduate.
All right. What's his name?
Hi, Chu.
Ty.
Graduated from Texas Tech
Congrats,
University.
Ty. And what are you? We gotta give name drops to your other kids. What are your other kids?
Yeah,
names?
Mia Chu,
Mia.
my oldest child, and my youngest is Kaya Chu.
Mia, Kaya, and Ty. Hey, look, your dad's on a podcast here. Like, he's actually a cool dude.
I love
This guy
that
a
song.
shot.
I love that song. But this topic actually came up in my conversation with Ty.
Yeah.
And I'll say it here for all of us. We all have goals.
Yeah.
It's important to have goals. And we have things like the finish line. I think the key is to keep, if you will, persisting.
Yes.
Not to give up. And I think that's where we are. You came to our baseball game event last night.
That was great, man.
I think we're in the first innings of robotics and technology. But more importantly, I don't think it's always a finish line. I think it's an experience that we're looking for. And we were fortunate enough to watch the Red Sox win the game.
8-0.
8-0.
Come on
Lots
now.
of offense. Right? A lot of hitting. A few fly balls came my way. I don't know about you, but
That home run was great.
that home run was great. And the classic, Fenway Park.
Love
The
it.
weather was amazing, by the way.
It was like awesome.
I didn't create that, but we all got to enjoy
It
it.
was a factor in the experience.
Absolutely.
So keep persisting. Keep persisting.
keep persisting. Never give up. Yep.
We're doing this thing, and there's a lot of change that you've mentioned. What song would you say describes the times that we're in now the most?
This is a little cheesy, but
I want to hear it.
Project Hail Mary.
All right.
Ed
all right.
Sheeran,
Yeah.
Time of Our Life. I forget the lyrics exactly, but they're reaching for the stars. And why not shoot for those kinds of goals, right? And I think the lyric is, it's the time of our lives. I think this is where we are.
I love that, man.
And it shouldn't be negative.
No.
Let's make this a positive.
I agree.
So,
Well, Danny, thank you so much. It's been a great conversation. If people wanted to get in touch with you or the team at Globant, where can they reach out?
number one, I'm a big believer in LinkedIn.
Same.
I find that email is the formal channel,
Yeah.
but people tend to connect on LinkedIn. That's how we met.
Yeah.
But more importantly, social media can be a good thing if
Yeah.
you make it a good thing.
Exactly.
And I think LinkedIn is a very neutral environment,
It is. I like LinkedIn too.
not polarizing. So yeah, LinkedIn is a great place to reach out to me. Danny Chu at Globant. But happy to connect with people using other channels as well. And if we're fortunate enough to do business with one of you, you can reach out to me at danny.chu@globant.com. It's a formal channel.
I love it. Well, there you have it,
Yeah.
folks. Danny Chu, Vice President of High Tech at Globant, straight from DeviceTalks and the Robotics Summit here in Boston. Check out the show notes for all the ways to get in touch with him, as well as the company Globant. It's been an incredible time here at the conference, and Danny, you took it to the next level, man. I really appreciate you.
All right. Yeah, let's swing for the fences. Let's hit a home run
Swing
together.
for the fences, baby.
All right. Thank you.